In the field with Beyond, Wynn, and my mentee, Ryan. Hey, take a deep dive into how Ryan built a seven-figure portfolio with no loans. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of In the Field with Beyond Wynn. I'm here with my mentee, Ryan. Introduce yourself.
My name is Ryan. I'm from Miami, Florida.
You nervous?
A little bit. I know,
Why?
I'm nervous.
Why? You know, that's crazy. The people that really do the real estate for real, most of them be nervous, and most of them be nervous and camera shy, you know, like my son, Brian. But the that don't really do it for real, it's like they practice taking speech classes, like they speak super well, they be suited and booted, but they be full of So why you nervous?
Nah, I ain't nervous.
Cause you're the truth for real.
Nah, it's just, I ain't used to the camera, but I ain't nervous.
I think that you should talk more so you get more comfortable speaking in front of the camera, or not even the camera, but like social media, where people can hear your story. People need to hear more real stories from people that's really in the field, buying properties and making money in real estate for real. We need more people to share their story, especially your story. Your story is super interesting. You live in Miami, but you invest in Cleveland, Ohio. Like you done built it like a little empire in Cleveland, Ohio.
Got a couple stuff over here.
So what was your first exposure to real estate?
That's a good question. I say the first somebody like making money was in my old life. Somebody was doing it.
Your old life? Yeah, old though. When you mean old?
Like my past life, I wasn't doing the most right thing, you know?
Is that why we connect? Because it's like all the people that I'm close to, they ex-drug dealers.
But yeah, so they were doing it, and like I seen, and I think I was always like, when people about investing is always real estate.
Right.
So I seen them do it. I was always interested, but I just never really pulled the trigger. That was like 2012, 2011, 2012. So yeah, that was like probably like seeing somebody that actually knew do it. Yeah.
How did you find me on social media? That's where you found me, right?
Yeah.
How did you find me on social media?
That was like 5 years ago. I don't know exactly how I got on your page. I probably was Nita.
Okay.
And then you was doing infield training. And I was already gonna come, I think that week. And when you had the train, I was like, for sure I'm gonna pull up. It was 1,000. It's still 1,000?
Yeah, still 1,000.
Yeah,
it's still
1,000, paid 1,000, and then ever since, locked in.
It's funny you bring up the infield training. That's where we initially met at. How you feel about the infield training Saturday, that being the last infield training, the last time that I'm doing the infield training? What's your thoughts on it?
That's crazy, just cause like I was talking to your sons and how it was just like, it's 5 years, it's crazy. Like it feels long but short, but long at the same time, but it's still crazy. Like from then not knowing nothing to now, got a portfolio, doing deals, for sure it's like crazy that you calling it, that's it, it's over with. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a wrap. I think I gave people more than enough time to take advantage of the opportunity to be able to learn from me. Got some other stuff in store. Let's go back.
Okay.
So when you initially purchased a ticket to the training, can you share that thought process? And the reason why I actually share that thought process, because a couple of reasons. The first reason is, since I've been doing the infield training, it started in the middle of the scamdemic, AKA 2020, the pandemic, that whole thing. Since I've been doing the training, it's only like the average number is about 60 people at the training. There's about 60 people at the training, and out of the 60 people, is probably 4 people from Cleveland, Ohio at the training. The rest of the people come from Canada, Florida, Texas, LA, everywhere but Cleveland. So what was that thought process for you in Miami, to buy a ticket to a training in Cleveland, Ohio?
Honestly, I never been scared to pay for like knowledge. Like before I paid like $3,500 for a mentorship, that was like 2018. So I never was scared to pay to learn.
Right.
Because even that $3,500 I paid for that mentorship, I was able to understand how to get almost 150K in credit. So I already know like pay the knowledge is worth it. But honestly, Cleveland, like the reason I bought the ticket too is because I couldn't really figure out the market back then. Sometimes like the prices would fluctuate and I didn't understand why. So actually going to your training and figuring out, it's because every zip code is literally different. They might be similar, but Some pockets that's why you gotta come to the training to actually understand the differences in the different parts of Cleveland.
I want to go back to something you just said, because I think the people can probably benefit from what you said. You said you paid $3,500 for a mentorship to get access to $150,000 in funding.
Yeah.
Can you share that? Like, what,
Yeah,
like,
because back then, this is 2018, 2019 maybe. Now everybody talk about how to get funding. Like,
Right.
you could YouTube it. Back then, it was like a secret. Like, you couldn't even figure it out. So I paid for a mentorship, and he taught you how to set up your profile to get business credit. Because I always wondered, like, how do you get business credit cards?
Mm-hmm.
So I did the mentorship, set up the profile, got my LLC, and it was like, I was like, damn, that's all I had to do. But I just needed somebody to explain.
So when you say set up your profile, what do that mean? Like, break it down in layman's terms, like to the point. Like, because the people like the point.
Yeah.
I like the point too. Like, so what do that mean? Like,
So you gotta have a certain amount of revolving credit with actually credit cards.
okay,
Even having a personal loan, I actually did like a secure loan,
okay,
paid that off, then actually got a real loan and then paid off like 85%. So it looked like I paid off
right.
and just paid. So now I have history, a loan history, and then just you gotta set up your profile a certain way.
Okay, so what banks did you get credit from?
So it was Wells Fargo at the time, because this is back then. Wells Fargo, Barclays. Wells Fargo had 2 credit cards. Bank of America had 2 credit cards there. PNC. These are all credit cards, not line of credits. I get no line of credits. And then Valley Bank. That's like, I think that's a local bank in Florida.
Okay.
Valley National Bank.
All right, let me add to that, because I know people can always use funding tips and different strategies for that. Let me add to that. When I ran that play, probably 5-6 years ago, I ran that play. I got the play from Will Roundtree. You can go follow him on IG, Will Roundtree. I got to play from Will. Before that, people was talking about the bank plays and the business funding, and most of them was full of shit. You just ran in circles. You paid money, and they kept saying it just take a little bit more time. You need to do this, but Will Roundtree is the truth. So basically, what I had to do, like he said, like your profile got to look a certain way, but your personal credit got to be in order, because you got to use your personal credit to co-sign for your LLC. So he helped me get my personal credit score to like a 750 across the board, 750 TransUnion, 750 Equifax, and a 750 Experian. Also, you can't have no late payments in the last 2 years. So
No negative items at all.
yeah, no late payments,
No negative.
no repos, no bankruptcies, nothing like that. And then you can't have more than 3 inquiries on each bureau, because the banks don't want to see that you're going to apply for every thing. So no more than 3 inquiries on each bureau. Yeah, so that's the personal credit. At the time I had a credit card. I think my highest limit was like $5,000. I had a $5,000 credit card. And then I went and applied 3 banks, 4 different LLCs. I didn't know that you could take 4 LLCs to each bank. I'm thinking I'm just gonna go with 1. They're like, no, you can do 4. So I went to 3 banks, 4 LLCs. I got $50,000 line of credit each LLC, and I got a $25,000 business credit card each LLC. And I used that capital to flip properties, to buy properties, flip it, pay the lines off, and then repeat the cycle. Here's the thing. No matter where you're starting off at when it comes to, credit cards. When I first started out with Home Depot, they gave me $500. Most people would be mad because they're like, oh, they only gave me $500. Here's the thing. The $500, it got me in the door. It put me in a position to where I was able to prove to them, you gave the right person the $500. I used the $500, paid it off on time as agreed. In 90 days, I went back, asked for an increase. They gave me $3,500. I did the same thing with the $3,500. Used it, paid it off as agreed. Went back, asked for an increase. They gave me $10,000. Used it, paid as agreed, on time. Went back, asked for an increase. I got $25,000. You just want to get in the door. Once you get in the door, do what you say you're going to do, as agreed, and they're going to give you higher limits. But check this out. I was doing that with about 10 cards. Do the math. People always asking, how can I get started in real estate? Start with where you are first. If you ain't got good credit, start fixing your credit. While you're fixing your credit, partner with somebody that got great credit. Use them to get the business unsecured lines of credit, the business credit cards, even personal credit cards. and then just cut up the money with them as you do deals. It's that simple. I hope y'all have taken notes. So anyway, after that first mentorship, you said it was easy for you to
Pay for knowledge, yeah, for sure.
to pay for knowledge. What do you say to people that they don't want to pay for? They don't think they should pay for knowledge. They say you could just Google it, right?
You could, but you kind of let certain stuff, like when you do certain stuff, there's certain stuff gonna come up. YouTube's not gonna have all the access to the stuff that come up. When you in it, there's certain things that come up that you're not gonna have answers to. So unless you want to figure it out on your own or pay for somebody to learn from their mistakes, because that's what you talk about in your mentorship, mistakes you literally done and what not to do again.
You said that your past life, right? I know a lot of times people are uncomfortable talking about their past life. You ain't got to talk about your past life, but I just want to ask you, like, what was the transition like from your past life to this? And I go first. I go first to make you comfortable, because I have a past life too. You know, I had a pharmaceutical company that I sold. Making a transition from, you know, like the streets to something legitimate is tough. It's like an addict on drugs. And I think we worse than the addicts, because people always talk about the addicts because it's easy to see that the addicts have a problem. We have a problem too, being addicted to, you know, the money and that lifestyle and everything that comes with that. And so transitioning to something legit, it's kind of hard because you're used to a certain lifestyle, you're used to money coming in every day, and then transitioning, like, okay, you got to learn something new. The money is not coming in that fast because you got to learn. So for me, it was difficult. I had to practice I had to stop hanging around the people that I was used to hanging around, because at times it made me want to relapse, like being around those people. So I knew I had to cut those people if I wanted to continue to go straight, if I wanted to continue to be free and not go back to prison. And so what I did, it was funny. Anytime you on path to make a change in your life, you get hit with a test to see if you really serious about that change. Like anything that you decide that, you know what, I'm about to change, I'm about to commit to this, here come a test. Yeah. And so I used to come in from the club where I'm going through this transition, and I would always leave my TV on when I left home. And bro, for like a month straight, every time I came in, 1, 2 in the morning, Blow was on. I swear to God. I swear to God, I'm like, what the f? Like, Blow was on.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, man, this is crazy. But I started to play a movie trailer in my head. And the movie trailer was, okay, cool. You go back in the streets, you try to run and play, you get caught, now you gotta do 10 years. You sitting down, doing 10 years, gotta make collect calls. Your kids gotta come see you in prison again. The woman that you love with somebody else over there in the big body Benz.
Yeah. Just like in the movie.
Yeah, just like in the movie. Yeah. And so I started to play that movie trailer in my head. I'm like, oh no, hell no. Yeah. I ain't going out like that. So that's what helped me get past, you know, relapsing, you know, and different things like that. And I just say that because I know a lot of guys that, you know, like whether they're in the streets or ex-street guys, it's hard and it's always be tempted. But for me, that cut out that temptation, because I don't want to be doing no count time no more. 3 o'clock count, 9 o'clock count. Go to bed, wake up,
go
like,
go do it.
Like, nah, that. So how was it for you making that transition, and what did you do to, you know, to simplify?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, honestly, look, people say the truth.
So when I went to prison, I did 15 months, but like on the 3rd month, my sister got killed, and I couldn't even go to the funeral. So I'm like, yo, ain't no amount of money I made, I couldn't even go to the funeral. So was this really worth it? In prison, I would get like, you know, people get the magazines and shit. So I always read the Entrepreneur, Fortune and stuff, and just, you know, if I knew I could make money doing what I was doing, I know I could do I could just do it. I just gotta put my mind to it. So really, when I got out, I was in the work release, but with my girlfriend, we bought a vending machine route, and they were doing good. Then I started an Amazon business, and that's what really took off. And I was like, damn, I'm making more money than when I was doing it per month. So I just did the same work ethic in that. And then that's when they suspended my account. So I was kind of in the transition. That's when I jumped in real estate, for real.
Wow.
So that's the thing. When I thought I would go legit, I thought like it wouldn't be no storms. But yeah, right.
Oh, you doing because you went legit. That game on sterics, no turbulence. You ain't gotta grow through nothing.
Yeah. So I definitely seen with everything I did is always gonna be turbulence for sure.
For sure. I think turbulence is a part of life. I think that the best business people to me is ex-hustlers.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Street people.
Yeah,
like you
sure.
you think that?
You just gotta put that same grind into that. At first, like, it sounds like it's not gonna happen, but I'm telling you, I made I'm talking about like percentages more than when I was in my whole life.
Right.
You think you made more money?
What?
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That's all I get. So
Like you don't even.
it's not even nowhere near. So
Nowhere near. And it ain't, you don't got that, that's a different kind of headache. Yeah, you're gonna experience turbulence, but that turbulence is different. Like,
Paranoia.
listen, when I was over there, it was like, I had 8 locks on the front door. Seriously, had 8 goddamn locks on the front door. I didn't take showers, because I always kept thinking I'm hearing something.
Yeah.
So I only could take a bath.
Yeah.
Every day that I left out, I felt like it was a possibility that I wouldn't make it back. At the time, I was fine with that.
Yeah.
Every day I left out, I felt like I may not make it back. Because I know that, and the people know that, damn, if we do this, we gotta do it. Because you know what he gonna do, so I know, like, okay, you know what I mean? So, but mentally, I was prepared for that. And so I always tell people when I'm talking, especially hustlers, bro, if you bring that same energy, that focus, that courage, that everything, that hustler spirit to real estate,
all in. You got
like you could dominate because of the mindset in the streets. I remember going to funerals, homies dying in the street, go to funerals, and then as soon as we leave the funeral, we back hustling.
Yeah.
I remember going to court, watching my brother get 20 years. We go back to the, so it's like, if we bring that same dedication to real estate, you'll make 6 figures just like that.
Yeah.
Your first 12 months, worst case scenario, 6 figures.
I agree.
And if you bring that same hustle and focus, 7 figures, 36 months.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Easy.
I agree.
That same hustle mentality in real estate. But I think what happens is people come from the streets, they come here, they so used to making the money today, and they don't make the money today to support the lifestyle that they got. They quit, oh man, this shit ain't.
Yeah.
Right?
I need
they
money real fast.
Yeah, but they only think about that part, but they don't think about the other part, like, okay, yeah, this shit ain't nothing, but okay, the feds got you, now you got another 10 years. You got another 20 years.
Yeah.
Then it started making sense once they get to 20 years, but now it's too late. You're on a 12-step program. And then most of the time they come home with nothing. So you gotta play that movie track. Is it worth it? Well, you get 10 to 20 years, you gotta start over from the bottom, somebody else raising your daughter, somebody else raising your son. Your son may go to the streets because he want to be like you. You got to go to the funeral. Listen, my brothers had to come to my father's funeral in shackles with a beige jumpsuit on with 2 white marshals escorting them at my father's funeral. They had the casket like this, shackled. So ask yourself, do you want to go to your mother's funeral in a prison uniform, chauffeured by 2 sheriffs? You want to go to grandma's funeral, shackled? That don't make sense. And then we put pressure on the people that love us to go make a couple of dollars and get a fake ass audience. Because here's what happened. And I felt it before. You get a couple of dollars, you're in the street, you're on that stage, you feel like you the man. Like you sold out the Madison Square Garden. You got your little kid on and all that, and it's like the world is yours. And then the feds come pick your ass up at 4 in the morning. Feds come pick you up at 4 in the morning, knock on your goddamn door. My homies experienced that. About 15 of them was at all their doors at the same time. So ain't nobody had time to call and get 4 in the morning. Feds at your door. Now you're in front of the judge looking at 10 years to life. It don't feel like Madison Square Garden no more. That whole audience gone. It's just you. So ask yourself, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? Or do it make more sense to learn and develop a new skill set? That way you ain't gotta do 10 or 20 years. That way somebody else ain't gotta raise your daughter, raise your son. That way your son can look at you and see that you changed your life around and he wanna be that new person. Well, he ain't gotta risk his life and freedom. Think about it. Do your family deserve that? Do your kids deserve that? And so those are things I had to tell myself. That's what kept me out of the street and out of prison. What keep you from going backwards, going left?
I'm telling you, the amount of money I make, like, it's not even a comparison. I'm telling you. And I still got friends still in there, and I'm like, bro, yo, the things y'all doing, literally could use that same skill and do what I do, literally. So I'm like, yeah, no, it's not even worth it, honestly, it's not worth it.
You come to Cleveland to invest in real estate. Why you ain't build a portfolio in Miami? Like the weather good, like, you know, y'all got the beach, the palm trees. Why not do real estate in Miami? Because people say that you should do it in your own backyard. That's what I hear them saying online. Like you should invest in your own backyard. Don't pay for no plane ticket. Buy real estate where you live at so you could drive by and check on it every day.
The average single family in Miami specifically, 400, 500,000.
For one house,
One house,
400,000 or 500,000.
400,000, 500,000.
In the hood?
Yeah, now, you know, the hood not the hood.
Oh, yeah, I ain't got the
No,
hood.
they ain't got, they still got hoods, but
So for 400,000 or 500,000, you could buy a single family house in Miami. What could you rent it out for?
2,000, 2 to 3,000. But you know, the thing is like Miami market is different than like Cleveland market.
Okay.
Now they trying to drive rents down. You know, Cleveland rents going up.
Correct.
Miami rents is like steady or going down right now.
Okay.
Just because so much inventory and stuff like that.
So when you looked at the Cleveland market, what was your strategy for the Cleveland market? Like what,
At first or after the class?
at first, what was your strategy?
So really, with the credit I have, I was gonna buy, flip. Wait, how's it? BR?
Bird strategy?
Yeah, bird.
Then
And that was back then when how much single family was going for about 2020?
2020 single families
Yeah.
that need rehab?
No.
Oh, that's already ready?
Yeah.
Already ready like 50,000. So
So-
turnkey 50.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna just, you know, bird out.
Right, okay.
And then I realized not a lot of lending company even lend that low.
Right,
The minimum is 75. I think the minimum is still 75 right now.
correct.
So like you couldn't even do that even if you wanted to. So when I went to the class, I was already like thinking about wholesaling, but I was like, I don't think I want to wholesale. But after the class, I'm like, let me just do it. And then that's what I've been doing ever since.
When he say BERT, that's a real estate strategy. Those letters stands for buy, rehab, rent, refinance. So most people use that strategy to get in real estate, and then they just keep using that same strategy. Just keep piling debt on top of debt with no exit strategy. So what made you switch up strategies?
Just to get my capital up, and I realized I couldn't do the bird method here.
Okay.
Maybe you could have, but it didn't look like it made sense to do it.
Yeah, no, because the properties were too cheap.
Yeah,
Like I said, like the minimum loan amount was 75,000, and so lenders weren't lending
Yeah.
under 75.
And then I was also listening to somebody else on Instagram, another guru.
Okay.
I would've called them.
What would they say?
They would say that, buy, do that.
Do the
method.
BERT strategy.
But I don't know.
Yeah,
now they don't even do Cleveland real estate. So.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so to date, share with us, what's your portfolio look like in Cleveland?
So I got 11 properties, 20 units. So I don't want to name everything, but yeah, I got a couple fourplexes, 4 single family. I don't know exact numbers of everything, but yeah.
But 11 properties.
Yeah,
total.
11 properties total. Yeah.
11 properties total. How much rent you collect monthly?
Right now, 11,000 was gonna go up. I got a couple vacancies, but
Right.
yeah,
So you collect 11,000 a month.
yeah, gross.
How much is your portfolio worth? What would you say? What's
Like-
estimated at?
Over and like 1 point something,
1 point something?
1.5, 1.6, depending on the day.
Okay. Because on social media, I know when they talk numbers, they be saying like, people be saying, yeah, I'm worth 2 million, but what the part they leave out, because they know that they talking to an uneducated audience, what they leave out is you're not really worth 2 million. You owe the bank 1.9 and you got $100,000 cash.
Yeah.
So when you say the number that you gave, like how much debt you got?
Zero debt. I got debt on like a seller finance deal. Like that's 35K. Everything else on outright.
So you only own properties with
Free and
no
clear.
mortgage.
No loans, no private money, no sugar mama, straight. Oh my,
mama.
all cash.
So how was you able to do that? That's unheard of, right? Because most of the time on social media, nobody ever talk about owning properties free and clear. They always say that you're supposed to use OPM. That's the way that you're supposed to go. Then I don't feel like that, because it's like, who said that we can't think like bank? Like, who said that we always got to be in debt? Ain't it's a Bible scripture? I ain't a Bible scholar, but it says something about be the lender and not the borrower. Our community is always the borrower. They never think that they can put themselves in a position to lend.
Yeah.
So how was you able to build a over $1 million portfolio free and clear with no loans? How was you able to do that? You a trust fund bank?
No. So I was wholesaling, vacant land wholesaling, and then I'll take a percentage every deal, no matter what. Even if it's $1,000, I'll take percentage and put it just for investing, to buy hoes, and then use that money. So Just use all my money.
So you say you was taking a percentage from all of the wholesale deals, setting that to the side in an account to use that to buy properties, right and clear?
Yep.
So what was the average amount you making on a wholesale deal?
3,000, like 3 to 5,000, nothing too, like, I do get big spreads, but really it was like 3 to 5,000.
How many of those you average a month?
20, like 15, 20.
About 15?
Doing land, yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. And so say you stack up, 25, 30,000, you'll buy a property, it may need some work, and then you'll go run that play again, and then you'll rehab the house.
Facts. Exactly. Exactly.
Wow. It's funny, like most people are not disciplined to be able to do that. As soon as they get their money, they go put a kid on. they go put their kid on.
No,
they be at the club like this. They go with Johnny.
So when I read the book, Profit First, from when I started the wholesale business, that's what I've been doing. Cause I think that's what messed up in my last business. I was just reinvesting everything back into the business instead of like splitting it up. So definitely from my first deal, I've been splitting it. I have my spreadsheet. I literally split even if it's $500, I'm cutting it up.
Oh, so you got an asset allocation.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So there's one for like operating expense. So that's what's going back in the business. One for taxes, one to pay yourself, honest conversation, one for profit, and then I put one for like the rental portfolio, buy hoes.
So you live in Miami, that's like one of the party capital or what, like, do you party, hang out?
Especially back then, I was just staying inside working. I might go out here and there now. Not as much. Still stay in the house. That's how you stay out of trouble, just be in the house.
Just stay in the house.
Just stay in the house.
That's hard to do in Miami.
Hardest to do. Hardest to do. That's why I got a place with a good view. I could just keep myself occupied.
Okay. So the property that we in right now, this is a property, one of the properties that you own. How did you find this property?
I got this from the yearly tax auction. So I bought it for $37,000. Is he a 32 or 37? Had to evict a tenant. We rehabbed it. We just gotta do the punch list, like little punch list stuff, and we're gonna have it rented out.
What was your rehab budget?
Rehab for this one was around 60,000.
Okay.
60, 70,000.
What you gonna rent it out for?
Try to get like 1,200, but I think we can get more than that.
1,200? How many room is this?
Unfortunately.
Right, that's how you know that's how you got too much money. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200. Your number off. I'm getting 900 for one bedroom.
Yeah. So
like, I'm in the zip code.
I was
like
about
5 blocks from
when I got on 131st, we got it for 1,200. We got 1,200, like 1,295.
Oh yeah, that number. 4-bedroom, but that
that's what I'm saying.
Smaller.
But that's what I'm saying.
A 4.2. Yeah. And you say you trying to get 12?
Yeah, that's the minimum. Yeah.
Oh no, a 4.2, you're gonna get 15 easy.
Yeah. I let my property manager handle that.
You let the property manager do that. Yeah. But again, you gotta
know my numbers.
You gotta know your numbers. Yeah, that's how you continue to grow. Sometimes we can get relaxed when we get a certain amount of money and we don't get relaxed. So even though I let the property manager handle it too, but I want to know too. So you need to know. You need to know. You need to be educated just in case somebody dropped the ball. You know that they dropped the ball and you could step in and correct it. So you want to make sure you stay close to that. Or you turn out like one of them athletes, they like, man, I thought, man, I grew up with my financial advisor and I thought that nah, you can't do that. Like nobody gonna take care of your stuff like you. I look through my detailed report like every month. Yeah. Every month. Yeah. Like I seen something that was missing, it was a few $100s. And I looked I was like, I hit the property manager up ASAP. They're like, yeah, we about to make the call right now so we can handle it.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Like you gotta be. You can't get comfortable. You go 7 figures, get comfortable. Like no, you can't. It's like you just can't.
Thanks.
No matter what your number is, like you can't get comfortable, and you gotta be, stay on top of your game. That's how it continue to grow. How is the process? You live in Miami. Your portfolio's in Cleveland. Managing all those properties. Explain that.
You talking about rehabbing it or like the project property manager?
That's a great question. So rehabbing it. Like how do you handle construction? You said you got how many properties?
11.
11.
Yeah.
2 4 units.
2 4 units, 3 4 single families, duplex.
So how hard was it doing the construction? Like what?
No, you helped me out with that. You got me my best project managers I could have.
Okay. Who
Brian and Aaron, his sons, they like brothers to me. They like my brothers. So
Wow.
from the first fourplex, they done all my projects.
So make sure y'all take notes, people. And I always say this, whatever city that you plan to invest in, connect with the local experts. Not the so-called gurus online talking about they mastered 20 markets and no, find the local experts in that city. That way you could tap into that local's experts' knowledge, resources, and relationships. So you'll have less turbulence while you're en route to, your final destination, whatever that is, 6 figures, 7 figures, whatever it is, tap in with the local experts. After the properties with rehab, like the management, like getting tenants and all those things, that's the property management part. Like,
you referred that to me too.
So you kind of like,
not hands off. It's still, I still gotta do stuff, but definitely like putting the team together was definitely being in your mentorship, for sure.
And what would you say to the people that's watching that they live in other states, but they seeing that Cleveland is a gold mine, they keep hearing it. If they Google, Cleveland gonna come up as, one of the top markets. What would you say to those people thinking that should they invest out of state? Should they invest where they live at in LA? Should they just stay in, New York investing? What would you say to those people?
If you're gonna invest in a different market, you gotta tap in with the locals, because how many stories you heard of people getting scammed out of money from contractors, people who say they're gonna, and then you could go pull up the receipts on all your mentees, properties you done, definitely gotta tap into the local expert, because people will scam you, and you gotta do your due diligence on them.
What would you say to the people that want to build a 7-figure portfolio with no loans?
Just stack it up, and then it's gonna happen. It just happened fast for me, but as long as you put your money to the side, you can do it for sure.
You said it happened fast for you. How long did it take you to build that 7-figure portfolio?
From when I bought the first property, I say 28 months, 36 months, like 24, 36 months.
36 months?
Probably 36 months.
What would you say to people that said, like, man, ain't no way he did that?
You could look at my LLC. Literally, you could look at my LLC. On the Cuyahoga County, you can see all the properties on.
Wow. How you feel?
No, I tell you all the time, it feel unreal. I was just telling them, crazy, 5 years. Seem long, seem short, it's just crazy. That's I wrote down. Sometimes when you write, it can happen, it's crazy that it happens.
Right.
As long as you put the grind in, I feel like, you can write it down, you just gotta really work at it. You gotta really work. You can't write it down and don't do nothing. You gotta really just put in the work. Like we said, if you put that work ethic, put it in, and what you really wanna do, it's gonna work out for you, for sure.
What's your biggest learning lesson on this journey so far?
Always gonna be turbulence. No matter, it's always gonna be turbulent. But I feel like when you go a low, it's always gonna be a high. Just like stocks,
right.
Not to go low to go back up high. So for sure, turbulence.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate you for getting on shy for a few minutes. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of In the Field with Beyond Wynn. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.